Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rawrquaza. Welcome back to another episode of Risk of Rain 2, version 1.0.0.5. It's finally here, the fully released video game, with absolutely no bugs at all. It's extremely exciting. It's here. We did it. And by we, I mean everybody at Hopo, and not me at all. Okay, so here's the thing. Hold on, let me go back. We're going to play as the new character. But before we do that, I'm going to go over the... So his challenges... in order to unlock him, you have to beat the game, which is now difficult because there is a final stage and a boss, and the boss is very hard. Then his other challenges are beat the game or obliterate, and repair a TC-280 prototype, and visit 10 different environments in a single run. And I have done that, but then I had to kill myself because I had to go make food. And stop streaming. So I've been streaming. I did a 17-hour stream on release day, which was yesterday at the time of this recording. Which will be 2 days ago by the time this video is public, probably. We're gonna try to beat the game. I don't consider the final boss a guaranteed victory by any stretch of the imagination at this point. I do not have him down to a science yet, but we will try. At least getting to the stage and seeing the boss will be my goal for today. The other goal would be to see a TC-280 if we can, but that's not necessarily guaranteed by any stretch. Hopefully I can get that on stream tonight after I record this video. So I have exclusively, since the game has been released, been playing on Eclipse mode. Eclipse mode is the difficulty that they released, if you are not sure what's going on. Each time you beat the game, your Eclipse level permanently increases with that survivor up to a maximum of 8 times. So, the only character I beat the final boss on, thus far, at this point, at the time of recording, is Engineer. However, I had an extremely close run on mul-t, where I beat the boss, and then, during the... There's a place called Soft Lock Island, and it's a place where you go if you don't have any mobility. And so after beating the boss, I landed myself on Soft Lock Island. Let's put it that way. And there is no physical way off of it. We'll go into that in more detail at some point. I've also come exceedingly close with several other runs, to the point where it was a stupid mistake that was the difference between life and death in the final boss fight. But the final boss fight has a lot of room for stupid mistakes, so that's cool. We're going to play on Eclipse mode, I think just as our regular thing, at least until the Eclipse modifiers start getting too nuts. The first modifier is ally starting health minus 50%, which is a kind of an issue for not really a huge issue for most characters. For Engineer, it's actually pretty bad because your turrets start out at half health. But it just means that you need healing that much more. Anyway, we're going to play as Captain, who is the new character. Captain, so his passive is really cool and is a pretty big deal. You passively gain microbots. Microbots is an item that is given to you. It is a red item that you always have at the start of the run that shoots down nearby projectiles, and it gives all of your allies, drones. So, you know, healing drones, machine gun drones, flamethrower drones, but also turrets. It says drones on here, but it includes your turrets. Are given microbots as well that shoot down enemy projectiles. The microbot, you'll see it. I'll talk about that more. His primary is a shotgun. Charging the attack narrows the spread. And it works basically like a sniper rifle. It has a very, very long range when charged. The right click is the power taser. It interrupts enemies and stuns them. It is removed if the target takes more than 10% of their max health in damage. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It only does 100%. It bounces off walls and stuff and travels farther if bounced. I haven't really made use of it. I think his right click is probably his weakest skill. Orbital probe, his control ability. It requests 3 orbital probes from the UES safe travels. Each probe deals 1,500% damage. By the way, there's an intro cutscene. It's pretty sweet. I recommend you watching it. Maybe if I'll show it on camera. I don't know. I probably could have done it earlier, but whatever. Orbital supply beacon. Request a permanent supply beacon twice per stage. So in his loadout, he doesn't have any alternate first 3 skills, but in the loadout you can swap. He has a healing beacon that he can call in, and he gets 2 of these per stage that you can pick from. So you could do 2 healing beacons if you wanted. 10% of their max health every second. It's a very strong heal. The shock beacon immobilizes enemies. It can perma-stun any enemy that can be stunned. It's very strong. Then this is the one that you get for completing 10 different zones in the same stage. Recharge equipment on use. Now what this does is when you call it, it grants you a charge for your currently equipped item. Now you can use this 3 times per stage. It's not like the other ones. You can use if you had both, you could use it 6 times per stage. At least that's what I'm told. I don't think this is a very powerful thing. I think this particular skill is not very useful. However, at least the only time it would be useful is early game when you also happen to have an equipment that is meaningful. So, you know, I don't know. We're gonna work with these 2 for now, and I need to actually beat the game or obliterate to get the skin. I'll either do that now or I'll do that tonight if I don't get that on this run. So here's our defensive microbots. Because this is an item, it has some unique properties that we'll go into. But there's a lot of new things that we also need to cover. For instance, scrappers are a thing now. Scrappers, if you didn't hear about them earlier, are a new component that can spawn in the world, like a shrine or a chest or a 3D printer. They let you pick from your items to turn that into scrap, and the whole gimmick is scrap is chosen first when you 3D print items. So, here you can see my microbots are shooting the projectiles out of the air. The microbot has a attack rate, right? And it scales with your attack speed. So if you have one microbot, it will, and it can't do hit scan. It can't shoot hit scan, only projectiles. So that golem can shoot us, and so can lesser wisps. Greater wisps, however, those are projectiles, so it can shoot them out of the air. What else we got? What was I talking about? The attack speed scales the microbots. So attack speed is a very good stat on this character. And we're gonna buy all drones and turrets. They have their own microbot that just shoots out nearby projectiles, making drones and turrets extremely tanky. It's very good. What else we got? I have not yet used my other skills. So... Ooh. So this is the stun. Oops. And then I shot him an extra time, but that was the stun into orbital bombardment. The orbital bombardment has a fairly long cooldown, but it is pretty freaking cool. Okay, so we're gonna try and buy everything here. What else we got? The charge is very strong. How much is this? 35? Yeah. And it's this primary is actually extremely satisfying to use. This character doesn't have any mobility, but oh god, I'm dead. Good start. Good shit. That's what I get. I'm not warmed up. That was just poor situational awareness. Ow. And that's why starting at half health can be a bad thing. Right there. As you can see, the orbital strike takes a while for it to land, so you need to kind of precisely place it in order to make use of it properly. This Joker. We're gonna just do this. I gotta stop clicking an additional time. There is currently a bug that makes it so that Visions of Heresy, the item that replaces your primary fire with seeking shots, like the Needler from Halo, that explode. That makes it so that your orbital bombardment, instead of having 3 distinct shots, it shoots 12, because that's how many charges by the first Visions of Heresy grants you. That will most likely be fixed, because Huntress, it worked a similar way for Huntress's Ballista when it first released. And they fixed that. It's actually pretty, kind of a cool combo. Because 12 bombardments is very strong. These shots do, what, 1,500% damage? It's really good. And if you stack more of them, then it would give you more as well. I had a run with backup, or no, what's it? It's not backup Meg. The tier 3 afterburner, hard light afterburner, and the visions, and it was very good. I had essentially unlimited airstrikes. Excuse me, I would like to get up here. So there's currently a thing that we'll discuss about the Void, but I do think that in Eclipse mode, my primary... I primarily want to go to the Void in Eclipse mode. Because what happens in Eclipse mode is, while you can choose to loop, the game just by default brings you to the boss if you don't do anything about it. You can still choose to loop, but at the end of the 5th stage, I believe, you actually just go to the boss. Okay, what else has changed? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has changed. So much stuff, in fact. You know, we're just gonna, as we go through and see stuff that's changed, we'll cover it. The new update has been treating me very well. I enjoy it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun. There's a lot of new stuff for me to work towards, including beating the game 8 times as every character. I think that this is sweet. My initial impression is that I'm enjoying it a lot. Oops. Hello. You know what? I don't really want to waste it on you. That's for killing my squid turret, or trying to. When enemies are close, spamming the left click is very effective. Squid turret is horrendously nerfed by Eclipse mode, though, considering that it also spawns at half health. It basically means that Squid turret is now... Squid polyp is now a dumpster item that I always print away at the earliest convenience, which is very sad because I like the item. It's just a tragic, you know, situation for that item. There are certain circumstances where your run can become powerful enough to make your squid turrets not die, such as with, you know, engineer, fungi stacking, or I don't know. There's so many changes to different items too that I'm not gonna talk about. Basically, I have not landed a single. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. Okay, let's fight the boss. Okay, it's a vagrant. So here's what's gonna happen. We have we're gonna call in our orbital beacons. So when you press the button, you can cancel it with shift, the sprint. You'll notice my M1 and M2 have swapped to different icons. M1 summons our healing. M2 is gonna summon our shock. Oops. Let's drop our orbital strikes. We're gonna put our shock beacon right there. Why am I putting it here? Well, I want the healing to stand in, and I want cover. The shock beacon is not going to be incredibly useful here, mainly because you'll notice my microbot is doing a great job of defending me here. I could have put the stun beacon. Right on top of myself, actually. I'm also doing a ton of damage because Captain is very strong. But if we come over, bring enemies over to this stun beacon, this guy's now stunned basically forever. If he takes 10% of his health damage, I believe he will be knocked out of it. But, you know, why would I knock him out of it? Except with accidental missile fire. But then I can, you know, at any time be like, oh, sorry, friend. You can, and this is just permanent, it keeps going. It's a very, very powerful tool that you cannot move once you've placed it. So, I think you can really get up to some interesting shenanigans with that. And we are going to go to the void. And all these dudes don't matter, really. Why are we going to the void? Well, free items, basically. And if it's not free items, then we end up dying and then restarting. That's why you do the void early. What do we got over here? Okay, so this has been changed. This is an incredible item now. So previously you would drop this wherever you used it. Now, instead of dropping it, it stays in your inventory and it places the same effect on your cursor, and you get, it's permanent, and you get, I think it's 5 of them per stage that are permanent. Maybe it's 3. I don't know. But it's very cool. I don't know if we're going to use it. Shattering Justice is very good, especially because we shoot 8 shots. but we would have to get rid of everything that we own for it. So I'm not going to do that. There's some other options in there, but I think we're good. We are going to the void. We do have some healing. The fresh meat is actually a pretty good healing tool for us. For the short term, we are going to be looking to get something more substantial in the void, ideally. But I guess it's not necessary. And of course, the void hugely depends on what items that enemies get. That's a very big deal. So, mushrooms are kind of a terrible enemy, usually. However, we have defensive microbots. So as long as there aren't too many of them firing at once, which there shouldn't be, because even though this is the longest stage 1, I feel like since the 1.0 update, I've been taking a lot longer with my stages. There's just more stuff going on. But even though we're 7 minutes, 7.5, or almost 8 minutes in, the director just isn't going to have enough points to spawn that many enemies. Because the mushrooms are very high point value. So we're, like, pretty good for now. You'll also notice that I don't have access to my control or R skills. That is because we are in the void, dummy. You can't signal airstrikes from your ship or call down supply drops. Which is something that is complained about by people, but it makes sense from a lore perspective, and you don't need your airdrops. The orbital bombardments are kind of a pretty big part of his kit, but you don't need it for the void. At least initially. Maybe, oh, this is horrible. So, you know, talking about items that are kind of an issue. This is an example of one. 5 repulsion armor plating means that we basically don't do damage except with our missiles. So we're gonna stack up more mushrooms, unless we can just spawn missiles. So we're just going to basically evade as much as we can. We're gonna have to evade all the enemies, essentially. Unless they're really close. It's actually a horrible item to get. That was 3 mushrooms over there for the first 90% of the... Okay, actually, medkit's pretty good. A lot of items have been changed. Medkit and Monster Tooth now heal a percentage. And they stack with a... So, like, Monster Tooth is, I think it's 2%? No, 5% of your health per stack. And Medkit is 10% or something. And they stack percentage. So it's very good. Imps is kind of horrible. We're gonna prioritize the imps. At least they don't fire projectiles, so we'll still be able to shoot the mushrooms projectiles, keeping our ground fairly clear. However, imps are annoying. We've got fairly okay damage. The 2 missiles are very strong. Oh my god, except they have to hit. Yikes. We also do have our stun, which I should be using, but it's fine. We're gonna do a lot. Oh, attack speed is so good, honestly. It's higher DPS and also better shoosts of our microbot. Microbot is such a cool passive. You're gonna hear me clicking a lot. I really kind of wish... That's really my biggest complaint about Captain, and it's a relatively minor complaint, is I wish that there was some sort of auto fire, even if it was just like Engineer's auto fire, like it would just hold it for a minute and then fire. But I understand, you know, it's probably like a gameplay or like a feel thing, right? They want it to feel impactful. But I will be clicking a lot as a result because it is a semi-automatic weapon instead of a fully automatic weapon. And we're doing fine here. Focus Crystal is pretty okay. It's not my preference. I would prefer to you know, print that into a different item. Printers have been made more common, by the way. Their point cost has been reduced, and their rarity has been reduced as well. So you'll see a lot more of them this patch. Backup mag on enemies has low effect. We have gotten beetles, which is excellent. Monsters take about 27 minutes to get up this switchback, so this should be an easy cell vent. You can just chill out. Oh, it sniped it out of the air, but there's still this gas cloud. Interesting. I wonder... Okay, so I triggered him to fire. Oops. When I'm not dealing with these guys, I would like to test some science. Hold on. Fire your thing up here again. Do it. Yeah, okay, now we run away so that the microbot doesn't shoot it. Ah, god damn it. What I want to test is if the microbot will remove it after the effect has already landed. Because the microbot shoots down a lot of things, including things that you wouldn't really consider projectiles. An example is Solus probes, when they do the ground attack or the big circle that slows and then explodes after a minute. The microbot just shoots that and it deletes the circle. Right? Shoots right into the middle of it and it's gone. It's kind of nuts. Leeching Seed, another very easy item for us to deal with. Does not matter in the slightest. Enemies do not hit fast enough for Leeching Seed, a particularly terrible healing item to matter, and it would require them taking damage first, so, you know, not a big deal. Will-o'-the-Wisp is pretty good. It actually helps us a lot. Even if it's just the knockback, enemies will still be knocked back, even if they take 1 damage. Even if they don't take any damage, even if they teddy bear the damage, I think it still knocks them back. And this cell vent is basically over. You know, it's really just gonna matter... Oh, it does! It definitely deleted those AoEs. Wow. There you go. It's destroying the spawner. Bandolier is very good. Well, for Captain, I don't know. Because I don't actually end up using the right-click a lot. But it'll be nice for the control ability. Hello. Imps... oh, not imps. Wisps are an enemy that can... they have a hit scan projectile. So they don't actually get blocked by the microbots, so they're kind of a priority. But we do have the ability to, if not kill them outright, knock them back so far that they'll never reach us in time. So we're still fine here. And also, we're very tanky, because we have a repulsion armor plating and decent healing. Okay, hey, Kajaro's and Runald's bands have changed drastically. Instead of being a proc item, they recharge over time now and have a guaranteed proc chance. It's not a guaranteed proc chance. They proc guaranteed when you use an attack that deals, I think it's like 400% damage or higher. The band will proc on that attack. Now, right now, I don't know if we will actually be able to proc that. But the main way to proc bands on this character is... actually, our missiles might do it. I don't know. The main way that I've been using to proc the bands on this character is the orbital strike. Okay, that enemy, you can see that there was a fire tornado. The Kajaro's band has also been changed, so it's a AoE that now stands still, but it's much larger radius. There it is again. So we are proccing it on the missiles. Above my health bar, there is a circle that counts down. That will proc, that will tell you when your band is about to proc. It covers both bands because they proc together. So it's kind of it's a choice. Look at that. We have Red Whip. Red Whip is very good. Mobility is huge. Mobility has taken an even larger importance as a result of how the final stage works. So, and also, since I do spend an enormous amount of time on each stage, just moving faster from place to place really helps to cut that down, which is very important. They have Kajaro or Runald's band, which is horrible, kind of, but they might not be able to proc it. However, they do have, and by proc I mean hit the damage threshold necessary. If there were golems here, they could probably do it. I don't know. I don't really know, because our golem claps... I'm a little fuzzy on the logic for how that works. With, like, does a golem clap, is that 100% damage, or are they doing, like, 400% damage? I don't know. Because I don't really know how that works on enemies, but in general, like these wisps will not probably proc the band, as you can see. And it doesn't increase with clover. These enemies do have clover, which is basically worthless for them. And we get ceremonial dagger. Wow, that's very good. So, that's sweet. What we're going to be looking for is one of the new equipment items. Possibly the strongest item in the game. And if we see it, we'll all explain it. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, we'll get it eventually and I'll explain it. Okay. So this is, we're pretty set up. We've got some good stuff going on. We got mobility. I could use a more consistent healing method, but, you know, we have time to do that. We're only 8 minutes into the the second stage. It's all right. What else we got? What do you got for us, game? We got chests. We have a fungus printer. Not really interested in that. We have another fungus printer. Not really interested in that. We have daggers. We need money. So we're going to start killing. And it's very easy because we have daggers. However, we need enemies to spawn. When enemies don't have 5 repulsion plating, it's a lot easier to kill them in a stunning turn of events. Kajaro's banned. I think the daggers might be triggering Kajaro's. War Banner is actually good now, too. But I didn't take it here. It's tougher times. War Banner now, first of all, the visual effect has been cleaned up. It's much better on the eyes, even if you have a bunch of War Banners everywhere. Also, War Banner now not only drops on level up, but also drops when you activate the teleporter on every stage. So it actually is very useful. And the buff was increased, I believe. I believe it gives more attack speed, and I think it has a move speed bonus as well. I might be mistaken, but I don't think I am. We are going to pick up everything. I'm gonna... Wow. I don't know how Brainstocks works with Captain. I have not used it yet. But we're gonna find out. I mean, the only skill that I'm really interested in spamming is the orbital bombardment. But situationally, that's very cool. Hey, also, the stun, the right-click, does not work when an enemy is spawning. So I shot that enemy, the golem, as he was spawning, and it didn't do anything. Here's the teleporter. Ukulele's incredible. Kajaro's band is doing work. All of our sky trash is being killed by daggers when they're not getting stuck in terrain. We're picking up items. So when I say I take a lot of time on each stage, I am, at this point in my Risk of Rain 2 career, trying to pick up all of the items on the stage. Now, I'm trying to do it efficiently, or as efficiently as possible. I'm stuck in the tree. Hello? Let me out. I'm trying to do it efficiently, but I am being relatively thorough. And there are several reasons for that. Okay, hold on. So we do have a 1 second cooldown. I would say Brainstocks is only marginally useful here. I'm not super enthused by... I get about 2 bombards out of it. I think it's probably a worse item for us than Bandolier. Well, maybe not worse, but well, it's definitely worse. I think Bandolier is probably gonna do a better job. Okay. Oh, hey, bleed. The bleed change happened. Now, the change is that bleed now, the duration refreshes on all bleed stacks whenever you reapply bleed. So, as long as you keep reapplying bleed, it will keep all of the stacks up, which stacks damage very fast and ends up doing a lot of damage. As long as you can keep applying the stacks. So Tri-Tip Dagger is one of the best items in the game. Now, they did not change the application amount. It still applies, you know, it still has the same chance to proc. It still does the same damage per stack. They didn't nerf anything about bleed. It's just a straight buff, which does make it one of the strongest items. It's very, very strong. We're gonna go down here. I'm just making sure that we check everywhere, because we do want all the drones and all the turrets and everything, basically. Because all the turrets they all get microbots, and so they destroy projectiles and make the world a safer place. Not all of them are going to live, but, you know, it gives them a much better shot, at least. Okay, but I think we're pretty much done. I am going to grab... Brooch is a very good choice, but I'm going to go with the move speed. Did I get... Got up here, right? Okay, we're gonna hit the teleporter. We basically... I want Hope of Feather is the main thing here. That's like the mobility du jour. Either... I always want at least one Hope of Feather. That's never gonna change here. We got Vagrants again. We're just gonna burn it down. I can kill it before it even does anything. Oh, I can call in my supplies. Might as well. Not really any need to at the current moment. If we were less stacked, I think that I think we're pretty stacked. The daggers are taking care of basically everything for us. But I'll take, you know, what I can get here. 15-minute stage 2. We progressed through the stage fairly quickly. We have lots of value in this run right now. The daggers, ceremonial dagger is gonna really speed up our clear, which is gonna speed up our run. We just need to keep the pace up if we can. Scorched Acres. Oh, the other thing that you may have noticed. Did we have Titanic Plains? We had Titanic Plains. Titanic Plains is now sad and gloomy. That is a permanent change. That is just how Titanic Plains looks. It is not happy anymore. That is a thing that is just here to stay. Oh, also the ground wave projectile is the ground wave attack is a projectile. So microbots, very strong. You may notice me not getting hit by projectiles. Thank you, microbots. Microbots is so good. It has so much other use too. You don't even know. Like, just wait. It's actually incredible. Captain is it's nuts. It is just nuts. This character is absolutely very strong. His kit is like almost not cohesive at all, but it doesn't need to be. I don't know, it's weirdly, he has a lot of options. Oh my lord. Okay, hold on. We're gonna print like nothing else. Give me a sec. That is a repulsion plating printer, and you might be like, oh, well, why not print some more repulsion plating? Because there could be scrappers on the level. Hold on, we'll get some more repulsion plating. I need to examine the level first. That's another tri-tip. every tri-tip that we get up to 7 is like so much damage. It's actually nuts. Do we have any... There's a wisp. Look at that range. I am able to hit it from this range with a shotgun. It's like in real life, shotguns have range. Probably not that much range. You'd be doing about the same amount of damage. I don't know. In real life, you don't take damage. You either get hit by the projectile or not. However, I guess the velocity of the pellets do vary at distance. Don't shoot people with guns. Thanks. There's a scrapper right here. This is a scrapper. They are reasonably common. It was surprising that we didn't see one on either of the 2 stages before. What you do is you pick an item and it will take the entire stack. So if I had chosen teddy bears, it would take both teddy bears at once. You can't select like just to have it take a little bit at a time. It takes an entire stack of your item, turns it into scrap of the appropriate tier. This is item scrap white. There's an item scrap green. There's also red and yellow. You can print all of your items into scrap if you want, and they will be of the color that you have. Get wrecked golems or beetle guards. It's very, very good. I am also going to print these. We're gonna get rid of my meat. We're gonna get rid of my... Probably my, I mean, definitely my squid polyp, unfortunately. Rip. Cute boys. We're also gonna get rid of Chronobobble because I don't need it. There's a potential that we could get more in the future if we do end up getting a death mark. Don't mind me, just... First of all, the bleed is very strong. Kill this guy. Get this guy out of here. Hey. There we go. You can stand in your own bombardment. What else do we want to get rid of really quick? I think that's it. Well, get rid of Warhorn as well. We could also get rid of our Topaz Brooches, but I think it's a good item. We are going to print at least 3 repulsion armor plating. I think we're going to print exactly 3. I could also print the medkit, but I actually think medkit's good now. I think it's finally crossed the territory, the threshold, into being good. Like an actual item that I'll take. Mind the color shifting. That's from Brainstocks. Lepton Daisy we can probably get rid of. I'll make another trip back to the scrapper before I go through the teleporter. I think Lepton Daisy is probably, at this point in the game, not useful for us. There is a drone here. I will take the drone. Incinerator drone is probably the least survivable of all the drones. But that's okay. The shotgun is really good at applying bleed, too. Hey, there we go. That's what the stun's for. That enemy right there. That's really the mobility skill, not the, Wait, teleporter's over there? Teleporter's over there, so I'll go over here first. Yeah, instead of a mobility skill, you get the right click. That's how I think of it. And honestly, backup mag I don't think is very good. I had people saying that they had runs where they had basically enough attack speed and cooldown and backup mags to make the Right-click just work? Oh, my lord. Okay, hold on. We have to readjust. I'm gonna have to go back to the scrapper and print attack speed. Attack speed is very strong on this character. There's a scrapper right here. What the heck? Excellent. So, attack speed not only increases the rate of fire, but it also, once again, increases the defense rate of our microbot. And I will print many things here into attack speed. I am going to get rid of... for attack speed, I would rather have that than a lot of these items. There's just a lot of applications for attack speed. There's applying our status. There's defense. Get rid of the lepton as well. And then get rid of... We have two more. We have this, and I am going to get rid of the... Get rid of the brooches as well. It's attack speed is that important. That's such a incredible... They said, and they were right. There's another scrapper down there. Many scrappers on this stage. There's usually not 3 on one stage. 2 is not unlikely. They are a little hard to see, which is probably not a bad thing, but, you know, it rewards paying attention and... I will just print entirely into attack speed. This is gonna be nuts. What a great run! This is the fastest I've had. I haven't done that many runs as captain. This is the fastest attack speed I've had. It's very cool. We're very safe from projectiles. What do we have here? Equipment. I'm gonna go random. The reason I'm going random, and we got a good result, that would have been the pick that I would have done if I hadn't gone random, is because the equipment, the Forgive Me Please is the name of the equipment. That equipment is game-breakingly powerful. And if we get it, then it is, we have to readjust our entire run, basically, to accommodate it. I will put this in there. There's the bleed stacks. We have 2 tri-tip daggers. If we get more tri-tip daggers, this run will be insane. It already is insane, but it'll get more insane. I do need to find the teleporter now. So, the next piece of the puzzle, other than more attack speed, we really need a Hopo Feather, and then on top of that, we need more movement speed. Movement speed is incredibly important. For the final stage, we're just gonna do this. Don't look at this. Don't look at me, enemies. Imagine using my other abilities. Horror's Tome is alright. It's more gold. That means less time on the stage. In general. And there's the boss gone. I'm also gone. Goodbye. We're actually off the charts strong right now. We do not have quite enough attack speed to deal with the microbots, for the microbots to deal with the Clay Templars yet. Despite all of our attack speed, but... Oh yeah, these. Okay, I'm gonna make one more trip back over here. There is one final thing that I need to do. So, microbots is an item. And that means that, like other items, it can also be scrapped. We are going to scrap microbots. Now, you might be like, Quaza, it's so good, you just got all this attack speed. Why would you scrap microbots? I'm also scrapping razor wire. Quaza, razor wire is such a great item. It's so good. Why are you scrapping it? Hold on. So razor wire because a thing. Don't worry about that. I will not explain why razor wire is being scrapped. Just assume that I have your best interests at heart. Microbots, you're like, oh, dude, that was your entire defensive matrix. Why have you done this? Well, mon frere, when you go to a new stage, you get microbots again. So it's just free red scrap. You get it. That's just a perk. You can scrap it. And then if we ever happen to find, and they're very rare. I haven't actually seen a red printer on a captain run since I've been playing him. But it's just, it's free. On captain runs, you get red scrap for free. There it is. It's at the right side of our screen, not the left. We have enough repulsion armor plating that enemy does not matter. Hello. Oh yeah, it zaps the ground projectiles as well. So with the bleed change, you're very easily able to melt enemies down when you have high attack speed with the bleed stacks. Now, Imp Overlords are kind of an annoying enemy. Look at it's just deleting projectiles. It looks so good. Captain's so strong. Another dagger. That's so big. Daggers are such a huge thing. This is an equipment drone. If we can get something dope out of here, I would love to. Hello. Foreign fruit drone? You know what? Sure. I do need a Hopo feather. I desperately need a Hopo feather. Am I gonna run all the way up here just to get a freaking basically a tank drone? This is what we're creating right here. Now I could give it the little guy, but then it would send it to me occasionally. I would like it to protect itself. I'll take care of myself. Well, okay. I really could have given it the thing. I also kind of wanted the drone or the wood sprite more, but now we have 2 wood sprites, so if I see any more, we'll do that. So he's just a decoy, I guess. What tier 3s are we looking for? There's a lot. I prefer not to voice any... Like, our run's already so good. I'm fine with anything. Worst case scenario? You know, I don't know. I'm not actually sure what I would consider to be the worst. You know, another Brainstocks wouldn't even be a bad scenario because that would give me more time with the buff, which could mean more orbital bombardments that I'm not using anyway. Oh, baby. Honestly, that's the only tier 3 we needed right there, that single tri-tip dagger. Literally, tri-tip dagger is incredible now. Like, I could almost see them making tri-tip dagger a tier 2. Just do nothing, change it to a tier 2, and that's it. And it would be still the same. However, there are some accommodations. There is another item that applies bleeds. It's insane. And that's all I'll say about that. Mag printer, uninteresting. Equipment barrels are like actually incredibly valuable now because they could contain Forgive Me Please, which is kind of crazy. We do need more enemies to spawn. I need more money. I gotta buy everything on the stage, including the golden chest. Ideally, high cash value enemies will spawn. Give me some Elder Lemurians or, elite imps. Pretty good. Decent cash. Where did I see? There was an item over there. There's also this. Gotta be picking up those, wow. More wood sprites, huh? Okie dokie. There's a scrapper up here. Remind me to print away my microbots. Just in case the final stage contains a tier 3 printer. You never know. I'm just waiting for it to happen one of these days. Okay, we are not done yet. This gate is open, which means that there is probably plenty of loot. Oh my lord, a meat hook! That's so good! Alright, well, literally it doesn't matter what's in the golden chest. It's all gravy at this point. Literally, the run. Honestly, like, this run is so good. I just need movement speed. I need to get a bunch of goat hooves or something. Oh my god, a tri-tip printer. Where we did it. We have a... Thank you for the goat hoof. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna print away... We're gonna get everything else on the stage. Then we're gonna print... No, wait, hold on. We have a scrapper. Hold on. Where was the scrapper? It was up top, I believe. Let me get everything. Hold on. Finish. I'm saying hold on a lot because I'm trying to organize my thoughts. Figure out the order of operations here. So we buy everything. Cautious slugs are honestly A-tier items now. I think that I would like to stack cautious slugs as a primary healing source. As a result of the way that this boss functions, how this boss functions. Like, don't worry about it. We'll get there. But cautious slug previously was like a decent healing option sometimes, or at least for the early game. Now I consider it to be a very good item to stack for the end game. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go print, or not print. Scrap 3 items, probably. What do we want? Probably our backup mag and the 2 boss damage items, or the close combat. Well, it doesn't really matter. The boss damage, it's useful because of the boss, but do I want that harvester's scythe? I think I want that harvester's scythe. I think I'm gonna take it. It could have been a Hopo Feather. I should have. I don't know. We really want the Hopo Feather too. That's kind of like an incredibly strong item for many reasons. I don't even know how much the gold chest costs. Cautious slug, excellent. That is a focus crystal printer. I'm gonna guess the chest is probably $6,000. Okay, more fodder, honestly. We don't need stun grenade. Oh, we have little guy also. He will be our healing. I really want that Hopo Feather. Our microbot defense is impeccable from these hermit crabs. I haven't seen anything out of these crabs this whole run. Or this whole stage. And there go all the... This is... Okay, so... When you have no attack speed, the microbots stop about 2 out of the 3 if you have a single bell on the screen and no other projectiles coming in, your microbots can stop about 2 out of the 3. It's that fast. But I'm gonna get rid of this. We don't actually need it. More attack speed is good, but it actually doesn't work on the boss, so I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in getting things to work for the boss. We don't need the backup mag. And we don't need to print any more than this. I believe there's one of these down here. Thank you. Okay, so funny enough, I actually want Imp Overlords to spawn because they have a boss item now. So do Magma Worms, and the Magma Worm boss item is also pretty cool, but the Imp Overlord boss item is incredible. Okay, so we are now able to stack bleed insanely fast with our primary attack. Which means that our boss beating capabilities are very good. Now we focus on... Like, we have the damage for the boss. What we need now is mobility. That is the primary goal here. If we don't have a Hopo Feather by the end of next stage. It's going to be rough. I would love more attack speed as well. 5,700. I was close with 6,000. Alien Head, honestly, not useful for us. Okay, Teleporter is over here. What's in here? Oh, this is one of the new items. So this gives you and all of your allies attack speed and movement speed. And I'm actually going to take it because it's pretty cool. He has 70 bleeds on him. He's not going anywhere. And he's dead too. You know what? Let's just drop these here. Might as well throw a stun in there. We ended up not getting either a Magma Worm or a Imp Overlord, which is unfortunate. I would have preferred their boss items. Not that we guarantee... Here, you know what? Come over into my... Look at the microbots. I don't know if the microbots on drones are affected by my attack speed. I don't think they are, but they might be. Imagine getting hit by projectiles. What a great sight. Okay, so I am gonna actually go up to the top again and print off, what all do I want to print off? We want to print off well, for one thing, microbots. I'm even gonna print off Alien Head. We don't need it. Even if it doesn't actually end up being useful. I'm printing off Gore's Tome. Or scrapping off Gore's Tome. I'm also gonna scrap off Chronobable, because we don't need it. That may or may not have use on the final boss. I haven't really decided yet. And I'm scrapping just some stuff in case there's printers on the next stage. And there could be an opportunity on the final stage as well. But, you know, it depends. I mean, I think that's about it. I really, you know, if... I don't think this boss damage is necessary. We have boss damage. Our boss damage is high fire rate bleed. We don't need... You know, it doesn't matter. We're taken care of. I also think Gorag's Opus is not the way to go. I've decided that this is a more reliable healing source for us. It's going to get us back up to full. You'll notice on the left side of the health bar there's a little caution stripe. That's your one-shot protection. That means if an attack brings you down below that amount, in one hit, you do not die. So getting back to full health is a good thing because it makes that a larger... So you'll see in chat, the Primordial Teleporter aligns with the moon. Hello, Wisps. Hello. Did I do that? Was that me? I honestly don't know. Captain does normally shred worms, but I don't think my build's that good. It's very good. I don't think it's that good. I think that he may have hit a ceiling, like, kill plane or something. I have no idea. Any enemy that we shoot 5 times is almost certainly dead. The exceptions that we shoot 6 times will die. Basically. So, what are we looking for on this stage? Definitely mobility. That's step 1. This boss is not guaranteed by any means. And I can also still die on this stage, so I do need to be careful. Remember, I said 6 times kills? A little bit more than that. But we can just slap him out there so fast. Well, you know, I don't like killing all of these enemies, but at least we're doing it very fast. He's dead. Need enemies to calm down for a minute. Really quick, I'm gonna print Lepton, Daisy, and Fireworks. We really don't need them. Since I'm here. I do want to try and not dally too much. Or dilly. Because honestly, I don't really need to print these items. It will be fine if I just go, but I am gonna hit this. So let's talk about the teleporter aligning with the moon. If the teleporter is aligned with the moon, which it always does in Eclipse mode, I actually don't know what happens in regular gameplay. I think you can align the teleporter yourself. But in Eclipse mode, it guarantees that it always does that. You can either go to the lunar portal, or if there's a gold shrine, you can go to the gold shrine, or and those will not take you to the final boss. You can also realign the teleporter, and that is much simpler than it sounds. There is a... I'll show you. It's very simple when we find the teleporter. We are going to open everything. Recycler is a little late. A little bit late. Really looking for Hopo Feather. Hopo Feather would be huge. Please. Stop beating up my turret. The rocks are also deleted by microbots. They can hit you. It's pretty bad. They knock you off the ledge, you take a bunch of fall damage. Speaking of music, there's a bunch of new music. It is very good. Kind of have it turned down a little, but I recommend buying the soundtrack. Support indie devs and composers. Wow, the microbots looking out for me. Mobility. Oh, this will be good. Watch how fast this goes. Ready? Hey, drop me your monster log. I still don't have it. Also, you can delete that. Yeah. He did not drop the monster log. Unfortunate. You'll notice I'm only using my primary fire. There are definitely other builds that you can do with this character, for the record. But attack speed bleed is very strong. Attack speed bleed is very strong on a lot of characters, in fact. Hopo. Nope. Nopo. Unlucky. I really want the Hopo feather, dude. How many white scrap do we have? 5. You know what? Make it 6, because that item is definitely useless. You know what? Nah. Whatever. Hopo feather? Mobility, I'll take it. Mobility, I'll take it. Theoretically, with enough move speed, you don't need Hopo Feather, but Hopo Feather's really nice, is the thing. Okay, so here's the teleporter. It looks a lot different. The thing is, you can shift destination by interacting with this outer ring of tongs. Think of it like a fork that chooses your teleport through space. Just like normal forks. And you align your destination to not be the final boss. That is a thing. It was not something that I found on my own. It is not immediately obvious. Oh, dude. Almost a Hopo Feather, sorta. It's not bad. I could have been re-rolling items for Hopo Feather, but... like, whatever. I'm not that. That's too much work. I think we're done. I think we go... Yikes. I think we go fight the teleporter event. Just checking up here. Pardon the mashing noises. That's how Wax Quail works, especially when you only have one. Okay. Did I change the destination? I held down E. And I changed the destination. And I was trying to investigate and see if I could change it back really quick. And then the blazing soulless control unit did infinity damage. And my microbots couldn't keep up with the vast amount of projectiles at point blank range that shotgunned me in the face. Literally, actually, just not great. That was not great, to be honest. Not super happy about that, but that's okay. You know, it has been an hour and a half, and I needed to stop recording anyway. I'll be streaming on Twitch. Come hang out. There's a lot of really cool shit going on with this game right now. Please consider coming to hang out. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to show the boss on stream, or on video. I can wait, actually, is the real thing. The final boss is very cool, and I think that the fact that he's so hard and kind of a new frontier in terms of... I really like him. We'll get to that, don't worry. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. New update, it's very fun. I'm having a ton of fun with it. There's so many things. A bunch of other characters got changed too. There's a bunch of other things that I didn't discuss on this video. I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Bye-bye.